What's up, YouTube? Today I want to talk about is hollow cheeks and the problems that Asians have with round faces, not having sharp, chiseled features due to buccal fat. What I wanted to explain today is that the buccal fat pads for Asians are larger than for whites, and Asians lose their buccal fat much later in life. There's a YouTube trend now against getting buccal fat removal. I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in as someone who's gone through it. That if you're Asian, you may want to consider getting buccal fat removal because they're not going to go away any other way. Now, when I was younger, I used to hate my face because I just thought it was round and no definition. And back then, we didn't have very much knowledge about looksmaxing. We didn't have YouTube. And if I could do one thing, is if I could go back in time and tell myself one thing, it would be go look into buccal fat removal surgery. Because right now, I think I have like very nice defined features. Sure would have been nice to have that in my 20s, in my 30s. And if you're Asian and you're young, I would say look into it. Now, I'll explain the arguments against it, which are that as we age, we lose facial fat. And it's that facial fat and collagen that makes young people appear young. When we get older, we lose fat, we lose collagen. Facial fat is like gold. It's what makes you look young. It plumps your face. And once it's gone, it's really hard to put back. So that's why people are saying don't get buccal fat removal, because when you get older, it's going to age your face, which that is a valid point. I'm not arguing with that. However, what I am saying is this would most likely be applicable to white people, because Asians have a much thicker fat layer. Our buccal fat is thicker. It disappears much later in life. So a guy like Vinny Hacker, who's still young, has popping cheekbones. And with that said, I just see so many guys out there who I know would have really sharp, defined features, who looked just like me when I was younger. And I just want them to know, maybe you should look into it, because it would improve your aesthetics. Ultimately, the choice is yours. But I think you should be allowed to have an informed decision, knowing all the options that are truly available to you. And an example of what I'm seeing is someone like Chang Nation, and I mean no offense to you at all. It's just, this is representative of what I'm seeing out on the streets of, young Asian men who really actually have a very sharp, defined, chiseled bone structure underneath, but it's just covered up with buccal fat. And just so we're on the same page, I'm going to point out what we're talking about. Now, this part of the jaw is called the ramus. This is the mandible. And the point where the rhombus meets the mandibles are called agonians, right here. Now, for Asians with a short rhombus, um, what's going to happen is the angle of the jaw, imagine that the rhombus is much shorter, is going to be closer to the zygomatic or the cheekbones. So that's going to not create a depression. But for people with a long rhombus, what's going to happen is that it's going to make the part that's going inward of the jaw below the level of the zygomatic bone. And that's going to create a hollow cheek effect, where there's actually an area beneath the cheekbone. I'll show you right now. You see here? Yeah. So what I'm seeing is a lot of Asian boys that have really cool, sharp, chiseled features that are hidden underneath the buccal fat pad. And just so we're clear, the buccal fat pad actually runs underneath the zygomatic bone from here to here. It shrinks with age, but for white people, it shrinks much earlier than it does for Asians. And that's why I'm using Chang Nation as an example, because he just typifies what I'm seeing is like good bone structure underneath buccal fat. I mean, managed to find one side I was looking for a good side profile of him, but I found this 3/4 one. But you can see, check out the long rhombus on that guy. He's got good bone structure. It's like similar to mine. This, once again, is the rhombus. So I know when he gets older, because I've gone through this, right? He's gonna find he's got really chiseled features, and he just didn't know it. So that's who I'm trying to reach, as other Asian boys going like me, like him, that could potentially have really great bone structure that won't come out until later in life, absent surgery. Now, what I'm going to do is show some pictures of myself when I was younger, and I had no idea I had like really good bone structure underneath. All right, so this first picture is of me at age approximately 16 for my first driver's license photo. You can see at that time I was not, I was pretty thin. I was a wrestler, so that kept me in shape. I was probably like 130 pounds. No indication of hollow cheeks, roundness. It may be hard to see in that picture, but it's there. The next picture is from a high school ID. Same thing. No sharp features. The next one is for me at age 18. College ID. Same thing. Roundness of the face. Now, that lasted until my 30s, or probably until my 40s. This picture is of me at approximately age 38. It's taken from my passport photo. Yes, I am slightly overweight during that time period, but I should have been showing signs of more definition to my face. You can see from the picture that I'm really, my face is round. Now, what had happened is I had later been diagnosed with a heart condition. This is my defibrillator installed right here. That caused me to get fat. So exactly when the weight came off, when the buccal fat had dissipated on my face, I don't know. It was covered up with other fat. So it was only after I lost the weight that I got to see the cheekbone action here. So that's why I'm saying maybe you should take a look into it. Because it seems to me like a real waste of your youth to not have a good bone structure when you were in fact born with it. I mean, you can have surgery to remove fat, but your bone structure, yeah, you're kind of stuck with that. Just saying. And thank you for watching.